As of 5 this afternoon, nearly 70% or some 1,300 of erroneously liberated heinous crime convicts have returned to the National Penitentiary pending a thorough review of their time served and reevaluation/reckoning of the records of meritable behavior under the just revised implementing guidelines of the highly controversial statute. PTV's Mark Vitalco has more.
In 2010, Roy was sentenced to 14 years imprisonment for violation of the law against the possession of illegal drugs. But he was prematurely released in November 2018 because of the Good Conduct Time Allowance Law. Nearly 1 year after he was discharged from prison, he is now back at Bilibid to comply with the ultimatum of the President. This despite the fact that he was never convicted of a heinous crime.
Isang sabi ko sa amin, basta yung mga lumaki doon ng GCTA, kailangan bumalik.
Parang ikaw, naniniguro ka na lang sa sarili mo.
Pero hindi man ako heinous crime eh.
While Jerry, not his true name, was sentenced to reclusion perpetua for violation of the Anti-Piracy Act. In his release order, it is stated that he already served his sentence, also because of the said law. That's why he chose to surrender to have peace of mind and for his security.
Pinakita ko yung release, sabi niya, ay hindi ka na pala pumunta eh, kumpleto ka na eh. Ay hindi, mas maganda pupunta ako doon. Ayaw, sumuko na talaga ako.
They are just some of those who surrendered today before the 15-day ultimatum given by the President lapses at midnight tonight. Most of them are already old and well into retirement or in the twilight of their lives. They had their stuff with them that would last for a few days while waiting for the results of the recomputation of their GCTA.
Baka mawanted ako, ganun. Siguro mag-i-stay ako rito. Pagsuko ko, ganun.
As of 8 p.m. tonight, 1,665 out of 1,914 convicts have so far turned themselves in, according to the Department of Justice. More than 400 were held inside the Bilibid, while others were brought to different jail facilities in the country. These include the 2 convicts in the Chong sisters rape slay case who just surrendered last night at Bilibid. Justice Undersecretary Mark Parete confirmed that James Anthony Uy and Josman Aznar showed up at the Gate 1 of NBP to turn themselves in. The other convicts, Ariel Balansag and Alberto Canyo, have already surrendered. To recall, 4 of the 7 suspects were prematurely released under the term of former Bucor Chief Nicanor Feldon. This is but one of the offshoots that opened the floodgates of discussions and hearings on the issues surrounding the highly controversial GCTA statute and continuing anomalies inside the Bucor. Meanwhile, remaining convicts were still coming in the evening through either as walk-in or convoys for high-profile convicts. The authorities never stopped to remind them to surrender before the deadline lapses, as the manhunt operations will be effective immediately. The President has offered a 1 million bounty for each convict captured, dead or alive. Mark Vitalco for The Nation.